Otherwise, I have to yell at you. Graphics. Turning off motion blur, I'm not a fan of that. Apply that. Very high, very high. Ultra. I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's give that a shot. Let us enter. The Outer Worlds.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Reach of Hope Security Corp. Unidentified ship.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
If you are watching me, why don't you give me a follow? I appreciate it. Oh, okay, we got some points here. I don't remember this part. Charm. Strength. Strength affects melee weapon damage and the amount you can carry. One in there for sure. Dexterity affects melee attack speed and ranged weapon reload speed. Intelligence affects critical hit bonuses. Perception affects headshot and weak spot damage bonuses. Charm affects faction reputation and companion ability cooldowns. Temperament improves your natural health regeneration. One there, one there. And we got different skills under there as well. All right. So I have 2 skill points.
You could make a vicar doubt the law.
And dialogue. Man. Ugh. Tough. Stealth. And
We'll put those marksmanship scores to good use.
do that. Aptitude. No discernible aptitude. Colonists sound like a nice entry-level colonist sounded like a nice entry-level career for a person of your skills. Expanding humanity's reach by civilizing the cosmic frontier was ambitious enough without worrying about your day job. You had the rest of your life to decide how to be useful in Halcyon. Aptitude bonus, determination, +1. Beverage service technician. The Halcyon colony needs good people, but it will settle for ones who can mix a memorable drink. As a human cocktail shaker, you've made concoctions that could end wars or fuel skip tribes. You're still trying to balance out the flavors of a truly signature old-fashioned, though. Aptitude bonus for this, drink effect duration, +3%. Bureaucrat, rank 0. The universe operates on laws, and laws require paperwork. Halcyon is no exception. If something isn't stamped, filed, unfiled, referenced, redacted, certified, indexed, and numbered, then it might as well not exist. Birth certificates included. You get block +1 for that. Cashier, subgrade, non-supervisory. No transaction is finished without a smile. You live for the ka-chunk of a bit cartridge getting inserted right side up, the redemption of loyalty points, and the promise of a good day. Come back real soon. Bye-bye now are more than empty words. They're a promise and a standard you intend on carrying to the frontier. Persuade, +1. Construction, electrician class, wire spooler. Contrary to popular belief, cable management is an art form. Something about hiding electrical wiring behind panels to maximize airflow just makes you sigh with relief. Colonists don't need to worry about the bypasses, the workarounds that keep the power flowing. That's your burden to shoulder. Shock damage received, -3%. Elevator operations specialist. A proper lift goes up and down. Anyone who thinks otherwise isn't fit to wear the badge. Being a specialist means something where you come from. A commitment to upward and downward mobility that doesn't have a price tag. +1 engineering. Factory worker, conveyor operator. Safety and efficiency don't always go hand in hand, which is why so many of your coworkers at the factory were amputees. You survived the trenches of the assembly line long enough to know when a hydraulic press just wants to pancake some fingers. Thankfully, you managed to keep all of yours. Dodge, +1. Farmer, dirt. You got into this business for the tubers, but you stayed for the plowing, planting, pruning, and plucking. It isn't honest work if you come home clean. Worms need dirt, and food needs worms. You're just doing your part for the worms. N-ray damage received, -3%. I don't know what N-ray is. Food additive tester. Sometimes quality control means sampling a delicious Borscht smoothie, but most of the time it means swallowing toxins until you find one that stays down. You love a good surprise. Now that your stomach lining has the consistency of a broken-in saddle, it's easy to explore your culinary limits. +3% on food effect duration. Janitor, sanitation class. You spend your evenings kneeling over ominous stains with a bottle of caustic solvent and an absorbent rag. How the blood got there is irrelevant, above your pay grade and beneath your interest. You're an artist of erasure. Erasure was a good band. When you're on the job, there's no trace to be found. Corrosion damage received, -3. Tossball tech. Tossball team mascot. There isn't a problem in all the cosmos that Team Spirit and a big stick couldn't solve together. Your last major head injury in the field knocked some extra cheer into you. And you've been a rising star in Tossball's competitive mascot food chain ever since. It doesn't matter that no one knows your face under the mask. You share glory with the team. Inspiration, +1. I actually wonder if people will talk to you differently based on these. Might be a lot to ask, though. Medical technician, junior grade. Prior to leaving Earth, you were in the trust of the medical community's most esteemed junior surgeons who entrusted you with stuffing cotton balls into pill bottles. Experience on the job made you realize that diagnosing illnesses doesn't take a formal education when a search terminal and a little imagination will do the trick. Medical +1. I may go with that one. Safety inspector. In your line of work, corporation's bottom line needs more protection than its personnel. Guardrails aren't free, thermal shielding needs replacing, and a hatch that seals reliably is a luxury. You're on the vanguard of ensuring that every possible expense is spared, since corners don't cut themselves, yet you prefer to think of workplace accidents as a happy little coincidence. Less plasma damage for that one. Scientist Assistants, Level 0, Class A. You've cleaned out enough test tubes to develop a keen instinct for what goes in them and why. Maybe you didn't get in this business to mop up the leavings of failed experiments, but that's just part of the job. Even if you can't unsee what happens in a lab, you can at least learn from the mistakes and enjoy some colorful nightmares. You get a bonus to science. Sous chef. You're a sub? You're not even a sous chef. The hierarchy of a modern kitchen is a ladder of many rungs. Your role as assistant of the second deputy chef's aide is one of middling distinction, but you are honored to pour your heart into the ritual emptying of grease pans and the back-breaking labor of gravy restoration. You're holding out for that advancement to poultry inspection, which is due any year now. You get one-handed melee +1. I'm going to take that because I like to sous chef.
I bet you know how to spice up a sal tuna ration.
I like to sous chef with my wife. We are going to be a male. Hold on. Definitely looks retro in the style of it. Take that one. There. Get into all that here. I'm jealous of these hairstyles. That's me anyway. That is pretty much me. Eyebrow style. Facial hair. Go there, is close to mine. Features. Just to tell you, probably going zero makeup here, but yeah. Dirt. I do like a good scar on the face. shadow star. But we will age ourselves. Alright. I like that. Wheeze or Zeke it is. Alright. We're getting somewhere now. Let's go.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Ship looks pretty cool.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. Skip drive
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out.
Probably gonna cut the
It'll
frame rate down a little
Oh,
bit.
I see we're in position.
The graphics
Good luck.
down one notch.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hoping for a bit of a Bioshock experience with this one.
Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh?
All right. Settings, graphics. We're gonna cut it down one notch. Very high. All right.
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
I assume we will go through some form of a tutorial. Sprint. Jump. Health. Yeah, I know what I'm doing here. I'm going to see if C is an assigned key. Yeah, we'll just leave it as is then. I'll learn to play with the keys they suggest. Someone eat his legs. Is that what happened here? Tall grass, rocks, other cover to hide. Awareness meter over enemy heads. Tell you if they're unaware, suspicious, investigating, or alert. They're checking me out.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Probably this guy did something to me.
Hey, you, come. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
To persuade them, I've got a better idea. Give me your gun and I'll go get help. Lie. Someone grounded their ship illegally. I'll hunt them down for you. Intimidate. 1. You're an idiot. Give me a gun before you get yourself killed.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Can you tell me where I am?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Do you know anything about the Hope?
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
I'm off. Damn it.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Tactical time dilation. A hibernation complication. Due to complications stemming from being revived after extended hibernation, your brain processes time differently. Pressing the tactical time dilation button, which is Q, slows down the world, giving you time to think as well as take action. You have a limited time in this mode. Standing still drains your TTD meter very slowly, while moving and attacking drains it faster. The TTD meter refreshes slowly over time. Probably need it anyway. Hacking and picking locks. Your hacking and lockpick skills will help you get into places you're not meant to be. Mag picks are used to break open locks, and bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill is high enough to break the security, you will see how many mag picks or shunts you need and how long it will take. Raising your skill will lower the number of items used and speed up the process. Every time. Of course, it wouldn't allow me to use those if I didn't need them. Can I get this? inventory button. Weapon management. You can have up to 4 weapons equipped at a time by dragging them up to the slots at the top of the screen. On this page, you can also inspect your weapons, compare them, flag them as junk, or break them down for parts. Players with the engineering skill can repair weapons on the screen as well. Take care of your TNL weapons, and they'll take care of your enemies. Two-handed. One-handed. So weapon 2. Armor management. Drag armor or helmet items up to the equipment slots to wear them. You can also manage your armor here, break them down, inspect them, compare them to other armor, tag them as junk. This suit is designed to be used. Huh, huh. Nice. How do I tag as junk? Consumables. Here you can use junk or drop your consumables. They can be used directly to gain a variety of boosts. Your Emergency Medical Inhaler, as shown at the top of the screen, it uses Adreno as fuel to heal you in an emergency and always keep it in slot 1. Increase your medical skill to unlock more drug mixing slots that can hold all types of consumables, not just Adreno. Each slot is mixed into every puff of the inhaler for a combined effect. Your medical skill increases the duration of all these effects. Mag picks. I guess if I can do something to it, then it'll allow me to do it there. Back. Another guy here somewhere. I guess because he fell in the high grass, I can't see him.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech! Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. You think? Most marauders can't even talk. But criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Enjoy, guys. Hey, a rifle. Do some adjusting up here. I'm rifled up. That is loaded down with critters. Unless I have to, I won't be trifling with them. I'm about to have my own ship. Faster.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Gesture procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're not in space.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Skill improvements. Anti-Cleo management training. Every time you level up, you earn skill points to spend on improving your skills. Spending a skill point on a core skill improves all of your specialized skills in that group to a maximum of 50. After 50, you can add points directly to specialized skills, up to 100. Every skill improves as it grows, but special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Read each skill description to see what they are. Armor, consumables, and static effects can temporarily raise and lower your skills. This helps or hurts skill checks and the skill's passive bonuses, but won't give or take away the skill unlocks. Work diligently, improve yourself, and you too can achieve middle management. Level up! Congratulations, you have gained enough experience to go up a level. Open your character ledger to advance your character. Leveling up increases your health points, gives you points to upgrade your skills, as well as gives you access to a new perk every other level. Keep leveling and you'll be upper management material in no time. Unlocks TTD location hit effects. Ten skill points. We'll raise up ranged weapons. Dialogue. Stealth twice. Tech twice. I'm gonna raise leadership. Defense. Ranged. Dialogue again. Selecting perks. Welcome to perk selection. On this screen you can choose which perks to buy with your perk points. You get a new perk point spent every 2 levels. You can also acquire perk points through gameplay such as by accepting a flaw. Acquiring 5 new perks makes the next tier of perks available to you. Auntie wants you to be the best, to help her be the very best. Toughness. You've grown healthier in your time outside of stasis. Tactical dilation lasts longer. Lone wolf. Sometimes you're the only person you can trust. That's okay. You deal increased damage when adventuring alone. Years of adrenatime. Have left a permanent pep in your step. Take better care of your weapons and armor than most people. Probably take that one. After some unsanctioned adjustments, the workbench sight alignment tool is much more accurate. Base armor rating, which adds to armor you wear. Vendors and vending machines have additional ammo, consumables. Increase your maximum carrying capacity. Quick and the dead. Your tactical time dilation meter recharges much faster. You become very efficient at transporting goods. Maybe you should have been born as a cargo hauler. Unlock the ability to fast travel when encumbered. More skill points or something? Am I missing something? Yeah, I have 10 skill points. I didn't accept, I suppose. Range twice. Dialogue twice. Stealth twice. Tech twice. Leadership once. Time dilation location hits. You have unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TTD maims or cripples these body parts. Try different locations to see the different effects. Hit the chest to produce different effects when using different weapons. Combat dialogue abilities. You have unlocked a dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Stranger in a strange land. Phineas needs your help to set things right in Halcyon, but you need transportation first. Find a regulator. Destructible hazards, fast travel, quest screen. Junk items, you can quickly break down all your junk items at a workbench. Level up, perks unlock, selected skills, selecting levels, skill improvements. Combat dialogue, a mercy medical inhaler. Time dilation, stealth, companions, symbols, we're good. Let's look throughout this vessel. Make sure Captain Hawthorne didn't have some goods for me.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Slept in the cargo hold.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
Like I'm activating something. Just blowing those things left and right. Cargo hold.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
Workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons and armor, keeping you combat ready and in tip-top shape at all times. On each screen, first select the weapon or armor item that you want to work on, then choose what you want to do to it. Repair it, break it down for parts, modify it with a mod, or tinker. Sawed-off shotgun. What's this? Tossball stick. I have no mods. Not sure how to tinker. Tinker. are you?
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or otherwise. Company policy, you see. You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
Heard a game?
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea. It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by them. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna dock my pay.
Beats working at the cannery.
Just need to change my clothes. I got rid of that other stuff. I could buy some clothes. Cantina, cannery.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got one.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Music to my ears.
Buy that so I don't walk around naked.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's Chaw.
Spacer's Chaw.
Music to my ears.
Sell some of that shite. Tartarus sauce.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. I have every reason to be. I caught a real break working in a place like this. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Wow.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor. I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry. Spacer's Choice is built on love, and like any real love, it is cold and tough when needs must. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work. then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use a...
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again? Edgewater, Jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive. I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me. Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Alright, I'm gonna call it there. You're my best friends. I don't think that's a good sign-off.